Hey milkers, so today we'll be answering frequently asked questions that people have about Forex strategies and all. I wanted to know how people think and the questions they have generally about Forex. So I went to my Instagram page and I asked, what do you want to know about Forex? Ask your random questions and it will be answered. In this YouTube video, we'll be treating every one of them, answering them one by one. The first one we're going to start with, how long does it take for one to be consistently profitable? And one thing with this question is the word consistently. Most traders are very profitable, while very few are consistently profitable. In answering to his questions, it's not about how long, because different people have different learning ability. Someone can start fresh today, and in 8 years, he hasn't even learned a dime. Someone can start today, and then the next day, he's making a whole lot of money and, doing wonders. So it's more of how willing you are to get the knowledge, and are you getting the real knowledge? Because of course, there are lots of fakes out there, people teaching you indicators, strategies, this, that can differ from various things, And why this other one is very pertinent is that it helps you to scale down what you are thinking of and makes you profitable. So depending on what you're learning, how good whoever is teaching you is, how determined you are, and everything can determine how consistently profitable you can be. Personally, for me, it took me about 7 months to be profitable and up to a year to be consistently profitable. So it's very, very important you know it. But you can do that way before me. Maybe I have small learning abilities or my learning is not that big, and then that's it. Different people, different methods of learning, and a whole lot of other things. So the second question is, what are your three basic entry configurations, sir? So now, like entry confirmations, like you always know if you watch my YouTube videos, all of my confirmations are from the lower time frame. If you're taking confirmations from the higher time frame, you're definitely going to lose the market. In some cases, you might win, but it's just there and here, things like that. So most often not, my confirmations are from the lower time frame. I have a lot of strategies that I use in trading the markets. The one that I've often showed here on YouTube is my trendline strategy. And if you've watched most of them, you know that I use the breakouts and retests very, very often for my entry confirmations and all. If you want to get those part of the market, my confirmations, because what is actually is entry confirmations. I often use lower time frames, and even after I've gotten confirmations from my lower time frame, let's say 15 minutes, I still go lower to the lower time frame to find what I call projection, entry confirmations, and it all differs, like that. So the next question is, how do you analyze and take entries on swing trades? Now, for this very particular trading, swing trading requires analysis. And I just recently released a video 7 days ago about swing trading. In the video, we grew from $14 account to about $9,000 in profits. And today, if you want to talk about the swing trading, I think that's one of the videos you can watch that I've done. I'll probably put it up here so you can view it. And also, we've done swing trading where I held the trade for 60 days. And I showed the step-by-step process on how I did it. You can also view those ones as well. So for this question, I refer you to those other videos, and I'll put the link down in the description so you can also click and watch it after this video ends. One says, please bro, how do you know where to take profits? That has been my problem. Now, where do you take profits in the Forex market? Where do you take profit? Now, I use different confirmations for taking profits, different of them. One, which is I think almost all the traders need is probably the support and resistance area as take profits phase. Most people use it as take profit, stop loss, anything. I also use it as my take profits, and it helps a lot. So your support area, your resistance area can act as your take profits. Now, but if you're using trend lines, which most traders often use, and then you're using the Elliott wave pattern as an analogy for what you're trading, then your take profit must be at both trend lines. Let's say you're going for a buy, and then you buy a market, then your take profit should be all the way up. Let's assuming now, I'm going to show you something on the screen. Assuming now that we're trying to use Elliott wave pattern to describe this trader, and then assuming I buy this trade here, this is a buy here. Assuming I buy this trade here, this is a buy here, and I'm looking for where to take the profit. Now, using just Elliott wave pattern and using trendline analysis, what do I do? By drawing my trendline here, just like this, I can say, okay, if I buy this market, I'll be saying once the market gets back to this place, I should close and make entries and make profits from it. Now, this is the general thing for people and how to make profits as well. But now the point is, depending on what you're taking. If you're getting your entries from the lower time frame without higher time frame calculations, that of course means that most of your entries will be short-term entries. There are some trades that you see that are short-term entries. There are some that are long-term. There are some that are swing, depending on your knowledge in the forex market. So some trades you might just take it like a trade that I gave out yesterday. It was I think it jumped 10, no, a B10. We just had one take profit. It was just, it's not scalping, but, it just few pips. And then once we hit that pip, that was where I could take profit. Once we hit it, the market began to sell back. It was a buy. We took a buy. Once it got there, the market began to sell back. Now, why did we go short term for such trades like that? Depending on what you're seeing, especially for trend analysis, depending on what you're seeing from the lower time frame or the higher time frame trend lines that you're using to analyze. The difference of these things are things that you have to know before taking profit. First thing about taking profits, your knowledge about technical analysis, fundamental analysis, shit like that. So things like that also helps as well. How do you trade consistently? So in answering to the question, how do you trade consistently? Now, most of you are watching my YouTube. Now, in that YouTube video, I did say that one of the things that helped me in trading consistently was when I made a huge profit during my first few months after learning price action. That video, you can go watch it. I don't want to make this video long. But then I said that at some point I made about 65K in profits, and that really helped me because Forex is something that needs capital. Because when you're still learning, you're still trying to master the strategies. There are high possibilities that you make losses at different points of the market in different stages. And now what helped me to scale over such things was because I had earlier made a profit that was well enough to sustain me. And if I made a loss, it would be as if it's a loss to the broker and not to me. So these are the things that matters. But then you can also be profited. You can trade consistently as well if you have the knowledge and with good, of course, risk management and everything. You always use candlestick confirmations. Now, a lot of traders, believe me, a lot of traders use candlestick confirmations. But you know what I trade is synthetic indices. And it's not like the real, it's not like the Forex. But that being said, personally, I don't use candlestick confirmations. Personally, I don't use the candlestick. But of course, if you use it, that's a good thing. Someone asks, how long have you been trading? It's about 5 years now, I think. Yeah, 5 years trading. And it's a journey that, of course, I'm regretted at some point. But right now, I'm really happy that okay, someone says, I want to start trading DERIV, sniper entries specifically. Is it possible to have a high win rate with sniper entries and flipping? Oh, of course. Yeah, of course, you can have high win rates with sniper entries. But then the thing with sniper entries is because most often times, when we talk about sniper entries, people think because it said sniper entries and flipping. So most often times when we talk about sniper entries, people often their mindset often goes straight to small accounts. Growing your small accounts with a whole lot of money, it's very, very good. It's good. But sometimes it's good you put that big money. It's not every time that you'll be looking for $50 for 1,000, there's $5 to this $100. No, sometimes you go for 200, 300, 400, 1,000, 2,000, especially when you make profits. When you're now trading against that, you have more profits than losses. Someone says, do you use any strategies except trend line? Oh, yes, of course. We use strategies apart from trend line. We have a lot of them. How long did it take you to be profitable? I think I've answered that one. I answered it by answering the whole question. Someone says, show us how to trade synthetics the way you do with a small account. What things you wait? There are lots of things I wait for. And I keep saying YouTube videos like this that I post on my channel. These are 3 things that you can watch and learn. I've posted a lot of things, me growing accounts, me taking it as a blog, me doing a lot of things because I want other people to learn how to do this without paying a dime or being these things. So most of these things are on YouTube. You can of course go watch and learn on your own. Someone says, when will your Lagos Academy be ready? Well, yeah. The Lagos Academy will be open 1st of April. But before then, registrations will be ongoing. You should follow us on our social media platform so that you get more information about that. We're opening the first synthetic indices trading floor, whereby you can actually trade live with me, because I'll be there live, trade live with me and make money as well. Teachings will be done, mentorship, signals, live signals, and of course, a co-working space. It's something that is amazing and I really want you to be part of it. If you're Nigerian, if you're African, and you want to be part of this thing, it's going to, the official opening should be around 1st of April, but then registrations will obviously start before then. So you should stay tuned to our social media handles to get information like this a lot. So I'm just going to answer a few more questions. Someone asks a very important question. It says, if you are broke, no job, no savings, and you just said about Forex, how do you do it? One thing I have to tell you is that Forex needs capital. It's something that needs capital. If you're broke, don't trade Forex. It's something that needs capital. You need capital to trade Forex. Forex is like capital intensive, especially when you're learning. There are some things your mentor will not teach you. You have to learn by experience. And how do you get those experience? By taking accounts and blowing them. And if you blow accounts, you're losing money. And if you lose money, what's happening? It's side by side. So Forex is very, very capital intensive. Probably not very, but it's something that needs capital. It needs you to fund it. But when you have the knowledge, you of course have to practice to be perfect with the knowledge. And these are things that most people don't often understand and know about Forex. So if you are broke, do not trade Forex. Forex is capital intensive. How do you calculate lot size for DERIV? Now, this is a very, very important question. And I have there's a YouTube video I did specifically and especially for lot size calculation for DERIV 30 indices. I'm also going to put it down in the description for you to go and watch it. How to calculate lot sizes in DERIV. I use the new method to apply pattern things to do too. You should go watch it so you know how to go with flow. So one says, how many years can you say it took you to actually master or gain enough knowledge in Forex? Like I said, when I started learning Forex, this is some of the things you will see in my Forex story video update session. When I started learning Forex, the first few months I was just learning the basics, indicators, things like that. They weren't really the real thing. And I learned from mentor, and I of course went to YouTube to find, and things like that. So when I was trying to learn, about 7-6 months in, I was making losses because I didn't know the real deal. I was just learning for moving average plus RSI and things like that. That wasn't the real thing. I was just learning a few of this and a few of that. When I actually learned price action, that's after 7 months of actually being fooling around and all. When I actually learned price action, it took me over a year to master. Even to date, I am still learning. I'm still finding things. As of last year, August, October, I think that was when we had the second batch. I found two other strategies that I currently use in making money. That's just last year. This video is in February. So just barely 5-6 months ago, I found new strategies. So each day I keep learning and improving. But the main thing is being consistently profitable. The word consistently. That's very, very, very important in trading. So what minimum capital can I use to trade the 75 index? I know as of when we said DERIV, of course, when it was broke, binary.com, the minimum thing you can deposit in is $5. But I will always advise people do not have less than $50 in your account to trade Forex. I've always said it. Have at least a minimum of $50 if you want to trade Forex. What was your greatest fear at your early days of trading? What was my greatest fear? My greatest fear was failing. Because now, if there are 100 traders in the world, just about 20% are profitable, or even 10%. Now, how do you make yourself to be among those few that are profitable? And that was one of the things that I was very, very afraid. Because when there's a whole crowd for something, and just a few, less than half, are really getting the real deal from that thing, how can you mirror yourself to that kind of situation? Now, that was what my greatest fear was. And luckily for me, God help me, I got someone who taught me the right thing in Forex, the right way of trading. And that was what opened my eyes to seeing the market clearly and in a way much better way. And yeah, so it's something I'm really, really happy for. Now, someone says, what are small time frame combinations for your personal strategies? Of course, if you go to other videos you've made, someone is asking when is the trading floor commencing. Like I said, 1st of April, you should be there. Now, if the question that is Forex related, market analysis related, says a market changes to bullish. If it doesn't retest, does it mean we should buy? Can you explain? Now, let's get it. A market changes to bullish. That's probably the market was selling. Bullish is buy. So probably the market was selling and now it starts buying. If it doesn't retest, if it doesn't give you retest, for me is confirmation of a change in trend. A breakout is a change in trend. Retest is confirmation of the change in trend. So if it doesn't retest, should we buy? The answer is no. Personally, for me, I don't take trades until I see a break, especially for a change in trend, until I see a breakout and a retest. These two must work hand in hand. If you're getting a breakout without a retest, no, don't take the trade, because there is no confirmation that the market has actually changed. The market could be forming new higher lows, lower lows for the market for the confirmations and all. So you must wait for a retest for every trade that you want to take. Now, someone says, what did you tell yourself when you almost gave up? I told myself before other people can do it, I as well can do it. People know this. There's money for it. People know. A lot of people know this. But can you create the price? Can you be consistent? You have the capital. Are you ready to learn it? Are you ready to go through the toys and everything that needs to be done to actually gain the real knowledge? And these are the questions you need to ask yourself before putting this responsible money into the market. Are you ready to take that long through for the Forex market? So one says explain your prop firm. So we want to talk about the prop firm, MadeFounder.com, the first proprietary firm for derivative synthetic indices. We made it. What I named it was a reward system for knowledgeable traders, pay people and all. So probably just go www.MadeFounder.com, and get to know things that you want. Now the last question we're going to take is, how do you manage to hold your trades for long? I have said it a number of times. You keep asking yourself, if you close this trade now, which other trade? Or if you close this trade now, has your strategy been confirmed? Has your first strategy been validated? Ask yourself that question before you close that trade. Make sure that you're closing the trade at the time that is stipulated of the rather. Now, I know there are lots of other questions, and some people will be like, you didn't answer my question about this. We're probably going to do this again, depending on the engagement you have. So if you like this video, you want more of this, like, subscribe. If this is your first time on the channel, we have lots of videos coming up. For the Lagos trading floor, 1st of April, it will be open, and I expect to see a lot of people come trade live from DERIV and make money as well. Now, for the proprietary firm, www.MadeFounder.com, we trade only and specifically derivative synthetic indices, boom and crash, volatility indices, jump index, range break, baskets, name them, derivative indices. This is what we specialize in. www.MadeFounder.com and every other thing. So this is me, DERIV. I hope you do enjoy this video. Bye. Peace out.